so that I can accordingly I can actually modulate and stop and continue. I'm audible, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, audible.
Okay. So the main agenda for today, as I already told, it's about how the pharmaceutical companies or the consulting companies collect data, and then using that data, how they the, actually the methodology used to project the data and then do the analysis based on each and every companies. Say, for example, we have many pharma companies, right? For example,
Ah,
AstraZeneca, GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, or Novartis. All these companies, what they do is they collect data from their medical representatives who goes and visits the doctors and promote their
sir.
products. So using those data, what the company does is they project the data and analyze it and come to a conclusion that okay, our product is in such position, so we have to actually step up or change their marketing strategy for the products to achieve better than their competitor products. Okay. But the guideline for this is how, irrespective of companies, how data is collected and how the methodology is used to collect the data. So that's the main agenda for today's topic. Raghu, can you go
Okay,
to the
sir.
next slide? Okay, I think this we have covered. Yeah. Okay. Before we start of how data is collected, see, usually whenever the drug is released to the market, right, that is known as post marketing. A new drug, whenever it is released. For example, now the COVID situation is going on, so the clinical phases are going on, right? If you are aware of
Yes, sir.
that. So once the clinical phases are done, so the next process will be like post marketing. That is how they sell the drugs to the market, and to do that they will have 20 years of patented from all the regulatory bodies. So when once all the phases are done, then the drug is released to the market. So once the drug is released to the market, that is when the pharma companies will be eager to know like how the product is doing in the market, how the pricing is done in the market, or if there are any competitor brand already there in the market, how well their respective product is doing well. So coming back to data collection, so once the drug is discovered and the regulatory bodies are already approved it, and then the post marketing, what happens is the manufacturer sells the data. Okay, the manufacturer sells the data. Whenever the manufacturer sells the data to the wholesaler or to the pharmacies, that is known as the selling data. That is, they're taking in the data, right?
Okay.
Uh, then, whenever the wholesaler or the pharmacies sells the data to the end user, that is the client. In this case we call it as client, but that is known as the patients, right? That is known as the sellout data. So basically there are two types of data which is collected at pharmaceutical end, which is sell-in data and sell-out data. Simple. Sell-in is nothing but manufacturer to the wholesalers or pharmacies, and sell-out is from wholesalers or pharmacies to the patients, which is the end users.
Patients.
This is the retail sell-in and sell-out data. Retail would be your pharmacies or your the chain of thing, like for example MedLife or the Walmart. When it goes to US, it is Walmart, something like that. That is known as retail chain. There is another type of panel. In this case, when we call panel, it is nothing but the channels. Channels in sense retail channel or hospital channels. Okay. So the other type of channel is the hospital channel. Similarly, in hospital channel as well, whenever the drugs are purchased from manufacturer or wholesaler to the hospital, that is known as selling. But here, instead of sell out in hospital, what we call it is as consumption. That is mainly because consumption is something where the patient consumes the drugs. That's the reason it's known as consumption. But when you take it as the common word, it is sell out. But the term
Yes, sir.
Yes, sorry, Keshav. By mistake, I put the mute button.
Okay.
Keshav, can you unmute and
Am I audible now?
yes,
Right?
now you're
Yes, sir.
audible.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
Okay. I think you guys were. I think I was talking about consumption. Am I right, or I was in hospital panel?
Yes. Yes.
okay, sir. You are in hospital channel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Coming back to hospital again, as I told, as 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 in retail panel, there is something known as hospital panel, wherein the manufacturer or the wholesaler sells the data to the hospital directly. That is known as selling. Similar to the retail panel, but that is retail channel. This is hospital panel. And consumption
Okay,
is nothing but sell out. Sell out. The only reason why they're using different terminology here in consumption is because consumption is in hospital, right? Directly it is given to the patient, right?
yes,
That
sir.
is why it is known as consumption. Whereas in retail channel, what happens if somebody from my family is not keeping well, I will go get the drug, but the retailer will not know who is taking the drug, whether it is my parents or my family members. Anybody can be, or it can be for
Okay, sir.
myself. Whereas in hospital, it will be particularly for the patient. That is why it is known as consumption audit, right? See, sell in, sell out. This is you take any kind of domain, whether it is pharmaceutical or FMCG or retail sector. You guys must be knowing FMCG, right? Fast moving consumable goods, which is like your day to day needs. Everywhere, this is the
Okay, okay,
logic
sir.
which is
Okay, sir.
this is the logic which is applied, which is sell in and sell out. Based on sell in, sell
Yes,
out, they will come to know how well the particular product is doing or not. We will cover that on the later slide. So
okay,
any
sir.
particular doubt on this particular slide?
No, sir.
Anybody any doubt? No, right? Okay, Raghu, can you just move to the next slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so uh, we have covered that. So this is data. Okay, next is collection route and sample. Okay, as I told, see in India the collection method. Raghu, can you go back to that previous slide?
Sure.
I have 2 points to cover in this. See, as mentioned in the slide, collection route and sample varies by country, right? So country to country, collection methodology will vary. That is, like for example, the manufacturer is selling the drug to the wholesaler at a different price. Okay, whereas in India it will be a different price. So that's what that slide in says. Collection route and sample varies by country. Sample is nothing but drug. Okay. So data can be collected at sell-in or sell-out point. As mentioned in the previous slide, data can be collected if the company thinks that okay, I need sell-in as well as sell-out data. They can collect those two as well. Or if they prefer to see only sell-out data, they can also subscribe only to sell-out data. So I forgot to
Okay,
mention
sir.
one thing. How this happens is if the wholesaler is providing the data to some retails or hospital, the wholesaler will have all the information, how much of sales has he has this particular retailer or hospital has purchased. Similarly, if the manufacturer is selling it to the wholesaler, the manufacturer will have all the details of the sales which has been sold out or which has been given to the wholesaler. So the
Wholesaler.
companies what yeah, the wholesaler. So the
Okay,
companies,
sir.
for example, the pharmaceutical companies, what they do is, or the consulting companies, what they do is, they can't collect this type of data. So what they do is, they go and approach the wholesalers. So they approach the wholesalers, and they will have some deals happening there, which will be
Okay, sir.
like a legal thing happening there, and they give them money and they take the data. This is how the data will be collected. It's not only one manufacturer, one company. The entire company, they can't go and collect data on a day-to-day basis. This is how they do. That is how that is how the slide is mentioning as it is.
Yes.
The data can be collected either in sell-in or at the sell-out point,
Sell out point.
because it's left to the company whether they want to collect sell-in data or the sell-out data.
Okay, sir.
Okay. As I already mentioned, right? Selling is nothing but products to pharmacy. Sell out is products out of pharmacy. So you guys should be knowing as what is OTC products. OTC products are nothing but over the counter products. Okay, over the counter is if it just in India it is not mandatory that you have to take prescription, but in all the countries apart from India, you need to have prescription to take all the drugs, any drugs, even if it is a general medicine as well. You need to have prescription. But OTC is nothing but over the counter. Over the counter can be your like mouthwash or a simple headache. You go and ask them. A Crocin is nothing but over the counter paracetamol. So those are also included in certain countries. That's what I told you, right? In India, OTCs will be provided, whereas in other countries, OTCs, even for OTCs, you need prescription. And this Stelline and Stelline will not include surgical instruments. Surgical instrument includes your scissors and your band-aids and the disinfectant. All those include surgical instruments. Okay, and the data is collected at units. Unit in sense pack. Say for example, one pack will have 10 sheets in it. So that will be considered as one unit. So data is collected at pack level in wholesalers and pharmacy. So any questions on this particular slide, or if you have any other doubts regarding pharmacy, OTCs, you can ask, because it will be clearer for you guys to understand the proceeding slides.
I understand.
Okay, yeah, Raghu, can you please move on to that? Okay, so this is how the data looks. This is a sample data which we have taken from one of the organization. So what it says is, see, you can see the graph, right? The graph there, you can see that the spike is minimum when it comes to month on month, but suddenly you can see the spike has gone. That is, the selling has increased, but sellout has not increased. The reason why this happens, so this is type of analysis what we do. The reason why this happens is, what happens if there are few drugs wherein it's a seasonal drug. For example, July to September, it's a flu season, right? So flu season in sense, it's a rainy season and the winter season starts. So usually people fall sick. So wholesalers or the pharmacists, what they do, because of people's need of drugs, they stock the drugs. That is why you can see the spike there. It has increased suddenly from. I know the picture is not clear, but I'm giving an example here. You can see the spike there, where suddenly it has increased. That means the wholesaler or the pharmacist, what they have done, they have kept the stock, sensing or predicting that people will fall sick and they might need the drug later on, and the demand will be more. So when the demand, when there is a demand, they need the stock to be at their particular store. That is why they have stocked this. So this is one of the type of analysis what we do when we look into sell-in and sell-out data. Raghu, next slide, please. Okay, one of the example how, see, once data is collected, right? Once data is collected, what pharmaceutical company does is, for the entire year, they need to project the data. Project the data in sense like they need to have a goal, so that okay, we need to be at this level once the data is collected, right? So that is what is known as data projection. Say in this, for example, in this slide, you can see in Germany, 100% of wholesalers' data is collected, and therefore it is unprojected. That means data is collected, 100% data is collected. That means out of 100 pharmacies, they are collecting data from 100 pharmacies in Germany. That is why it is unprojected. So projection is nothing but to project the data when you are not getting the entire data. When you look at the third point, you can see 4,000 out of 20,900 pharmacies representative for direct sales and therefore projected. That means out of 20,900 pharmacies available in Germany, only this particular company is collecting only 4,000 pharmacies data. So the rest 4,000 in sense, so the rest 16,900 pharmacies data is not available with them. Hence what they will do is they will project the data to get into 20,900 pharmacy level data. Understood? So that's how the projection methodology happens here. So again, the projection factor also can vary how the data is supplied and how the data is collected, and also it can be varied from region to region. Okay, and all these informations you will get it in the repository known as CAD sheets. CAD sheets is nothing but complementary audit sheets, which is available at the WHO website, which is World Health Organization, right? As I told for Germany, in case of Italy also it's the same, wherein 70 out of 17,729 pharmacy, only 2,500 pharmacy sales is collected. So the rest will be projected, right? Once the projected data is come, projected data will be done by the statistical team from each and every country. So what statistical team does is, once the data is projected, they will calculate how many units or packs were sold in that particular country into projection factor. Projection factor, again, as I told, it is done by statistical team. Maybe if 100 units are collected, 1.8 will be projection factor, and then the unit price. Unit price is nothing but how much the unit is sold at. So everything is calculated, and they will come at one particular number, which is the dollar value. All this collected and comes as dollar value, and then they do analysis for each and every particular country. Right? I don't have the particular slides to show to you because it's a company confidentiality, so we are not supposed to show those slides.
Okay.
But anyway, we will try to create a few more slides for the next session if this is beneficial to you guys. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So once this, there are two more points which I missed. Once this projection factor is done, the classification also has to be done for each and every particular product. So the classification is done at ATC level. ATC is nothing but anatomical therapeutic classification. And there is one more classification known as NFC classification, which is new form code classification. So these are the two class. Based on these two classification, the drugs will be classified. Therapeutic classification is nothing but how the therapy is applied, or the medication level. It can be intravenous, it can be pills, it can be tablets. Based on that, the therapeutic classification will be done. And also therapeutic classification is done based on WHO standards. WHO is nothing but World Health Organization. That is particularly for United States. There is another organization which is known as EFEMRA. EFEMRA is nothing but European Pharma Market Research Organization, which is specific to European regions. So based on these two classifications, the drug classification is also will be done. Okay. Any questions on all these topics which we create, which we discussed just now, or which I actually walked you through? Okay. So no doubt, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Keshav. See, we have this Naveed and Ghanshyam, right? Naveed is just starting his career now. So
Yes, sir.
what I would suggest is any guidance from you in terms of how he has to prepare, and what is that he needs as a fresher to get into the industry. And
Okay. So
Ghanshyam
Naveed
is
is the
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
And Ghanshyam is an experienced test lead. He also has a healthcare domain experience. So
Okay.
he's also looking out for better opportunities. So how how they can prepare? In both are in a different level of experience. So what is your suggestion to them?
Okay, so this is particularly for Naveed. See, basically, when you're actually attending any interviews, what they basically ask is, first is, do you have any experience on healthcare domain or the pharma domain? Healthcare and
Yes,
pharma
sir.
are two different topics. Okay, don't get confused
Okay,
with
sir.
healthcare. Healthcare is totally
Okay, sir.
different, and pharma is
Yes,
totally
sir.
different. So whenever the usual question what comes from the interviewer is, do you know the pharma product life cycle?
Okay, sir.
So this will be the first question what they ask. Do you have any idea on how the pharma life cycle happens? Pharma life cycle, as I mentioned in before starting this session, whenever the drug is before the drug is released, the clinical phases happen. You don't have to explain in depth. It's just an
Yes,
overview
sir.
you can give, or right. Whenever the drug
Yes, sir.
is discovered, there are different phases which happens when the drug is discovered. The phases will be phase 1, clinical phase 1, clinical phase 2, clinical phase 3, and clinical phase 4. Phase 4 is
Okay,
nothing
sir.
but post marketing. So once the post marketing happens, how the product is doing in the market, which we explained, right? How the selling data comes in, how the
Yes,
seller
sir.
data is happening. So this is
Yes, sir.
nothing but pharma life cycle. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Whenever you have this question, you can just tell them that whenever the drug is discovered, there are numerous phases happens. Once the
Yes, sir.
phases happens and the FDA approves the drug, you will have to go into
Okay, sir.
post marketing survey, which is nothing but sell in sell out data. So that would be your
Yes, sir.
thumb rule here. Okay? And the
Okay,
other
sir.
thing what the important thing they would ask is Naveed as well as Ghanshyam, the Excel thing, because all data, whatever data you extract, it can be an in-house tool. In-house tool in
Yes,
sense,
sir.
for example, in some company they would be using some other tool which is developed by their own developers, or say
Yes,
for
sir.
example, it can be like the business intelligence tools like Tableau, or BI tools like ClickSense, ClickView. Whatever tools you have, the tool will just be an, like, you can play around or see the data. If you want to analyze the data, you'll have to export the data into Excel and do the analysis. So the main thing what happens here is you need to have basic knowledge on Excel. I wouldn't say like you
Yes, sir.
need to go into coding or something. Basic knowledge,
Okay, sir.
how to do a pivoting, just basic formulas like how to do a true false formula. Those things if you have,
Okay, sir.
that is the main thing which anybody will ask for the data analysis part. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So these are the two things they will ask, and I'm not getting any other things which. If you have any questions or if you have come across anything, you can ask me. Like this is what was asked, and I can probably help you out
Hey,
how
hey,
to
Ki-
actually answer.
yeah. Hey, Keshav, Ghanshyam here. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Ghanshyam, we
Yeah,
can.
actually, I have much more experience in pharmaceutical domain, and I have worked much more in a testing department as well. And recently, I was working in one product was launched from the company, means eSource. Actually, project was the eCaseLink 10.0, and I was working on the validation team. Like
Okay.
yeah, actually product I launched as and means is knowledge of FDA regulations and some guidelines I have followed, like 21 CFR part 11 and using GMP, GDP, GCP and SOPs, and
Okay.
also
That is GMP, right? Good manufacturing practices.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
GXP practices as well, and I also follow the IQ, OQ, PQ means installation qualification, OQ operation qualification, performance qualification, software validation of GXP system deliverables. So I have worked much more on the projects as well on the validation part, but I also worked much more on the writing the test cases. Means if I have the uh, customer requirement specifications. So based on the CRS, I have created a FRS, functional requirement specification, and FRS obviously follow the guidelines of 21 CFR part of WHO, 21 CFR part 11. So
Mhm.
I have worked much more on the validation and currently work for the commercial project. Some
Sorry, Ghanshyam, what was the product you told? Sorry, I did not get that. The product which you worked on?
Yeah, actually, I was using the product eCase Link 10.0 and some product where the eSource is the new product we're launching recently. If you see the company details, you can see in the
What
DSG
is the name of
INC,
the company?
DSG Document Solution Group INC, DSG INC. If you
Oh, DS.
just
Okay, okay. Yeah, I know DST. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
They
yes.
deal with this pharma and
Yeah,
healthcare domain. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Got it.
working on that, but
Okay.
some conditions and pandemic situations, as I lost the job there. I don't know why the companies have done. Basically, some much more requirement in the pharma right now. But I'm actively looking for the change. If you have, and I have much more experience. I have worked for the different clients like Actua, Biotech, Fortin, TKL, Indoforma, and Nestle, about and Vanda,
Okay.
and I have much more experience. But if you have any in your hand, so please
Sure,
let me
sir.
know.
Definitely. Definitely. I think Raghu would be the best person to talk on that.
Yeah,
Raghu, can you just put
yeah,
Sure,
in?
sure. Yeah, Keshav, I mean, I have gone through his profile. Yeah, I mean, we are starting some kind of a marketing for his profile. Definitely will help him out. And there are certain other things also we have planned for him. So we are into that phase. Definitely, I'll get in touch with you, Kansham, on that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
Kansham,
yeah.
what I would
Definitely,
suggest is,
definitely.
yeah, sure. So, go ahead,
Yeah,
Kansham.
yeah, Raghu.
Yeah. So, what I would suggest is, since Keshav is here, I mean, any particular way
Yeah,
you wanted to understand the subject or anything, probably you can get a hint from him that will help you, in terms of getting more opportunities. So, I would suggest you to just think about any of the interview questions which you have ever faced regarding the healthcare and
okay.
the pharma which you have come across. You can get it clarified from him.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, recently I have given an interview, but I told the interviewer everything like how I was, what role in my role in the project, how to create subject, how to create privileges, and everything. I have explained him, and but if any suggestion for me, please tell me, Raghu and Keshav, if anything I explore my career much more.
No, what's your background?
Yeah.
What's your
And
background? I mean, what have you done?
hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your voice is not completely coming. Hello.
Uh, Gansham, you have your resume with you. You can also share, and Keshav can
Uh,
guide you. Right, I mean, in case if you have,
if
let me
I
just
will
pull out.
share with you if later.
Raghu,
If
what we can do is just collect the resume from Naveed as well as Gansham. So
Mm-hmm.
probably you can actually forward it to, or you have that the HR thing, right? So where
Yes.
you can send it to them. So
Yes.
that would be, I think, sufficient for them, I believe.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
can do that.
I think Naveed, even you can send your resume to
yes, sir.
Raghu.
Sure, sir. Sure, sure.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Keshav. So really, I really need a job this time, and I'm really suffering with some conditions, bad conditions. It's a pandemic situation. There's much more responsibility
Yeah, I
on
mean,
the family. I have 2+ years old daughter and 80+ years old father. This is my
Okay.
personal I'm sharing. That's why not and
Yeah, no
if
issues. What
anything else is, it's my
no issues.
yeah, yeah.
You can, I mean,
Any
what we
my
can do is the best what we can do is we can actually refer to some companies. That is the best we
okay.
can do, and we will be doing that for definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
sure. Yes.
Yeah, I'm really thankful to Web Jobs. It's the first time I'm looking that is this type of role. I never look any job portals have helped me and discuss about these kinds of parts. But Web Jobs is really good, and I appreciate to my friends, colleagues, everyone. I will talk about the Web Jobs.
Sure. That definitely helps. We wanted to bring a change. The way the
Yeah,
way we can help the job seekers. Definitely, it will
yeah,
help us.
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Raghu, I think
Yes.
we
Yes.
can wind up, right? I mean, what you can do is Gansham and Naveed, you both can forward the resume to
Yes.
Raghu.
I have it.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
sure.
Okay, Raghu, please share the any mail ID so I can just send my resume on your mail
Sure.
ID.
Sure. I'll do that. Definitely.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's it.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gansham. Thanks,
Thanks.
Naveed, for attending the session. Thanks, Raghavendra.
Thank you.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
thank you so much. Sir. Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you for giving the information. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.